Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'du. The Honorable, the first examiner, Ma'am Nur Aisyah Zulkifli MPD. The Honorable, the second examiner, Ma'am Zeli Putriani MPD, and all the participants in this seminar. In this occasion, I would like to present my research proposal entitled A Portrait on Student Foreign Language Reading Anxiety at the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. Now we go to the background of the problem. Reading is very crucial things in second or foreign language learning. It is necessary to learn because reading is an inherently effortful activity that requires focus on attention, concentration. Affective variables significantly influencing reading processes. Hayashi 2015. Gratian 1892 state that anxiety is an affective variable play a crucial role in language learning. Anxiety is the most potent predictor of the student's reading performance. Liu and Huang 2011, Huang 2012, and Subasi 2016. In addition, Saito, Garza, and Horwitz 1999 state that anxiety as one of the main factors can hamper student or foreign language reading process. Next is about the phenomena or the practical problem related to this research. First, most of the students' score in reading English text at the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru are still low. The second, only several students of the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru passed the KKM of reading skills. And the last is, some students feel anxious when they see the English text in front of them. They think that the topic of the text are difficult and hard to be understood. And next is about identification of the problem. First, what is the level of students' reading anxiety? Second, what makes some students feel anxious in reading English text? Third, what are the factors of foreign language reading anxiety? Fourth, what do some of students feel anxious in reading performance? And the last is, why are some students afraid to make mistakes when they are reading in front of the class? And then about the limitation of the problem. In this research, the researcher only focused to describe students' foreign language reading anxiety and the factors of English foreign language reading anxiety at the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. Foreign language in this research is English language. And then the formulation of the problem. There are any two formulations of the problem. The first is, how is students' foreign language reading anxiety at the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru? And the second one is, what are the factors that influence foreign language reading anxiety at MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru? And then, there are any two objectives of this research. First is to describe students' foreign language reading anxiety at the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. And the second one is to explore what are the factors influence students' foreign language reading anxiety at MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. And then, to avoid the misunderstanding and interpretation the term of this research, there are any two definitions of terms. The first is portrait. Portrait means figure out or representation or a picture of a person adopted from Webster 1928. And the second is foreign language reading anxiety. According to Muktis 2014 state that foreign language reading anxiety refers to feeling of worry and apprehension when students try to read and comprehend foreign language texts. In this research, the students feel worry or apprehension when they try to read and comprehend an English text. And next, about the review of related literature. First is the definition of anxiety. According to Spielberger, 1983, essay in Seinfeld et al. 2016, he stated that anxiety is a feeling of tension, apprehension, nervousness, and worry about potential negative outcomes or events. And then, according to Machintra and Gardner, 1994, they state that there are any three kinds of anxiety. First is tribe anxiety, second is state anxiety, and the last is situation-specific anxiety. And then the definition of foreign language reading anxiety. According to Muktis 2040, foreign language reading anxiety refers to feeling of worry and apprehension when students try to read and comprehend foreign language texts. And the last is about factors of foreign language reading anxiety. According to Ahmad et al. 2013, there are any two factors that influence of foreign language reading anxiety. First is foreign language reading anxiety caused by personal factors. It is include worry about reading effects and fear of making error. And the second is foreign language reading anxiety caused by tech features. It includes unfamiliar culture, unfamiliar topic, and unfamiliar vocabulary. And according to Zogby 2012, there are any three kinds of factors of foreign language reading anxiety. The first is top-down reading anxiety or TRA. The second is bottom-up reading anxiety or BRA. And the last is classroom reading anxiety. And next is about conceptual framework. In this research, the researcher will use three kinds of anxiety. The first is tribe anxiety, state anxiety, and situation-specific anxiety. And for the factors of foreign language reading anxiety, the researcher adapt the factors of foreign language reading anxiety from Ahmad et al. And Zogby. There are personal factors, tech features, top-down reading anxiety, bottom-up reading anxiety, and classroom reading anxiety. And next is about research methodology. In this research, the researcher will use descriptive qualitative methods, and the kind of research design is case study. And then this research will be conducted on February 2022 at MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. The location is on Manyar Sakti Street, KM 12, Simpang Baru, Tampan, Pekanbaru. And the subject of this research is second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru, and the object is students' English reading anxiety. Next is the participants of this research. The participants of this research are the second grade of MTS Darul Hikmah Pekanbaru. The second grade have 6 classes. They consist of 160 students. To select the samples of this research, the researcher will use purposive sampling technique. The researcher will choose the sample based on teacher's suggestion who thought the class would have some scores in reading English text but have different characteristics. The class is 8B. They consist of 28 students. And for collecting the data, the researcher will use questionnaires and interview. The researcher will use questionnaires as the first technique to find out the general portrait of student foreign language reading anxiety and the factors that influence foreign language reading anxiety. And the questionnaire will be analyzed by using descriptive statistics through SPSS 20.00 program. And the second technique to collecting the data, the researcher will use interview. The researcher will use semi-structured interview and talk by focus group interview to minimize students' anxiety in answer the question and to minimize the time consuming. The interview will be analyzed in 5 steps. The first is prepare and organize the data for analysis. The second is to explore and code the data. And the third is coding to build description and themes. Fourth is represent and report qualitative findings. And 5 is interpret the findings. And the last is validate the accuracy of the findings. It's adopted from Creswell 2012. I think that's all for me. Thank you for your nice attention. I'm sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.